Can you still afford to buy a home here in the greater Memphis area? I'm going to share with you in this video some numbers that I left out in the previous video. If you don't know who I am, I'm Deborah Taylor, a local real estate agent here in the Memphis, Tennessee area. And if you're looking to buy, sell, or move to Tennessee, I have some real estate information that's tailored just for you. So enough said, let's look at some numbers that I believe you will find quite interesting. I'm going to take a moment and share my screen with you. We're going to look at these numbers together, but I'm going to make the picture just a little bit bigger so that we can really focus in on what's happening. Last video, I shared with you some numbers that were centered more in the suburbs of the greater Memphis area, and it included Cordova, Lakeland, Arlington, and all those wonderful suburb areas. In this video, I'm going to share with you more of the Memphis area homes. Just to recap, in March of this year, 1,882 units were sold, as opposed to last year when 1,785 units were sold. This year, in March of 2022, there was a 5.4% increase in the number of units sold. The median sales price increased 22%, which means you could have bought a home in March of last year at $176,000, as opposed to this year where you're going to pay $215,000. If you're looking to move to Frazier, you can still get a home under $100,000. It is a slight increase in the median sales price. This year, you would have to pay $73,000 as opposed to last year when you could have paid $66,450. Last year, 103 units were sold. This year, 101 units were sold. This gave it a decrease of 2%. If you're looking to move to Raleigh, Covington, Pike, you're going to pay 21% more. The median sales price in March of 2022 is $130,000 as opposed to last year when you would have paid a little bit over $107,000. There's a 29% increase in the number of units that were sold in the Raleigh, Covington, Pike area. If you're looking to move downtown, there's a 13% increase in the median sales price. Last year of March, you would have paid $230,000. This year, you're going to pay $260,000. There was a slight increase in the number of units sold at 2%. If you want to go to Midtown has increased their prices 18%. Last year, you could have bought a home in Midtown for $185,000. This year, you're going to pay $219,000. The number of units sold was 16% higher in March of this year at 120 units, as opposed to last year at 103. If you're looking to move to South Memphis, it looks like a lot of investors put their eyes on South Memphis. There was an increase in price of 41%. That means in this year of March, you would have paid $52,000 for the same home that you would have paid $37,000 for last year in March. There was a slight increase in the number of units sold at 89, as opposed to last year was 82. This looks like you can still get two houses for under $100,000 if you're looking to buy in South Memphis. In the Berkley Highland Heights area, there was a slight decrease in the number of units sold at 7%. The median sales price is 16% higher at $82,000 as opposed to last year in March when you could have got a home for $71,000. In East Memphis, if you're looking to move to East Memphis, there's a slight decrease in the number of units sold at 288 units as opposed to last year in March when there were 314 units that were sold. There's a 30% increase in the median sales price of homes in East Memphis. Last year, you could have bought a home for about $170,000. This year, you're going to be paying $218,625. Whitehaven had a slight increase in the number of units at 1.2%, but the median sales price increased about 12%. If you're looking to move to Whitehaven, you can buy a home for under $100,000 or slightly over $100,000. Last year, you could have really settled in at $89,750, had a little cushion to get you a fence. This year, you're going to have to pay $100,000 for that same home. In Parkway Village, Oakhaven, if you bought a home last year, you would have paid $86,900 at $110,705. The number of units increased at 58 units being sold in March of 2022 as opposed to last year at 53 units that were sold. Hickory Hill, if you're looking to move to Hickory Hill, let me tell you, the prices are increasing to the $200,000 mark, and if you're going to put and compete against the other buyers, you're going to have to pay over $200,000 for your home in Hickory Hill. Coming in at 44% increase. Last year, you could have bought a home in Hickory Hill at $136,500. This year, you're going to be paying $196,950. There was a 34% increase in the number of units sold. It looks like people are kind of moving to the Hickory Hill area. The number of units was 139 as opposed to last year, which was 104. You want to go to Southwind. Southwind had a slight decrease in the number of units that were sold. At 16 or 17%. The number of units sold this year in March was 10. Last year in March 2021, there were 12 units that were sold. There's a slight increase in the median sales price of 10%, which means last year in March you could have got a house in Southwind at $260,000. This year you're going to be paying $287,000. Now let's look a little bit at some of the areas that you can focus in on if you're looking to buy a home for about $100,000. You would have to move to Frazier. You can also move to South Memphis, Berkley, Highland Heights, and maybe Whitehaven. But some of the other areas, you're going to be paying $100,000 and more. So this means that the homes in Memphis are becoming not as affordable as they once were, depending on where you want to live. If you want to live in some of the areas like Frazier or Whitehaven, then you can still afford a home for approximately $150,000. If you're looking to move to the suburbs, you're looking at $300,000 and up. And it seems like it's increasing every day. So I understand that with high inflation, things are not as normal as they once were. However, with the mortgage rates increasing, all they're doing is going back to the price that they once were. Guys, we have gotten spoiled by the 0% interest rate, but 5%, 6% is still what was taking place pre-pandemic. So if you're looking to buy a home for the first time, go ahead, get your credit right, get your money in order, save a little bit so that you have a little cushion to compete against other buyers and get your dream home. So until next time, bye y'all.